Good morning, this is Patrick from Chameleon Screen Printing Services. There's a short video on screen printing. This is done with water-based paints. We use water-based paints because they're non-toxic and environmental friendly. The normal paints used are plastisol by most screen printers. However, they're very harmful and take a lot of chemicals to clean, and so I prefer to use the non-toxic paints. The non-toxic paint also gives a softer feel on the material, whereas the plastisol is quite thick and almost like a plastic on the shirt. And what happens is your body can't breathe through the where the print is because it's waterproofed. So you end up sweating and makes your shirts smell. So I much prefer using non-toxic paints. I use the Magna brand, and yeah, we're going to set this up now. I'll show you how it's all done. What I've got here is a screen, and you can see there I've taped up the screen where the design isn't. The reason for that is you get tiny pinholes caused from dust and little pieces of flex that can fall on the screen when you burning them. Now the method for burning is the same as it used to be for photography, where you had a dark room and you exposed the design, a black design on the screen to a bright light for a certain amount of time, and then after that you wash it out with water, and what's left is the design. The pink part is where the ink can't penetrate, so you can see your design there where the ink gets through. That all takes about an hour to get a screen burnt and cleaned and set up, and you're going to let them dry nicely. Then we put the inks on, and you can see I've got the ink there, and if you look at the other one, I've now flooded the screen. So I'll be doing the same here, and lift it up and I'll flood. So it's flooded now, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a test shirt to print to see if the design is correct and make sure there's no discrepancies. So I'll set this up here. There we are, so you can see. So what we do now is you put a bit of pressure, because you've got off contact of about thickness of $1 between the screen and the t-shirt. The reason for that is when the ink gets pushed through, the screen needs to bounce back to, otherwise it'll stick to the shirt. I give it a slight lift and I'll reflood, lift up, and there you can see. So that looks good. So now I'll move over to the sample shirt. Make sure it's all clean, no fluff on it. And again, we flood, bit of pressure, flood, lift, push back, do it again, lift, push back, lift up, and we check. Look for any discrepancies, any marks. All looks good. So then we carry on. Now we take it through to the light. Now this is a flash dryer, and if you can see there, now the flash dryer is 6,000 watts, and you semi-curing the shirt. Then we bring it back and we give one more flood. And that's it, and then push it back. So there. Got it on for about 15 seconds. When you're using materials that have got polyester, you've got to be really careful because polyester contains a plastic, so it can scorch or melt it. It's always best to print on shirts that are at least 80% cotton. 100% is the best. Yeah, so that's it. And after that, it comes through a tunnel dryer. Tunnel dryer here, you can see here. You've got sets of lights there, and the temperature there is 160 degrees centigrade. And it takes 2.5 minutes to go through, and then the shirt's fully cured and it can be washed, and the inks won't wash out or deteriorate. Thank you.